Ouran High School Host Club, a show we all love and hold dearly. Or do we? Yes. Yes, we do. Ouran High School Host Club is a reverse harem anime full of debauchery and aggressive twincest. Who wrote this? I did do that. And yes, the show is the one who said it.
Little kitty cat, why have you come to see us today?
It's a reverse harem! This is a reverse harem!
Something's going on with our ears.
There's debauchery here! Yay! There's debauchery here, isn't there?
Ouran premiered April 4th, 2006, and has been loved by audiences ever since. But why do people love it so much? What makes the show so fantastic? Is it the art design? Is it the cake? Is it the other cake? Is it the plot? It's always the plot. Am I right, fellas? Am I right, guys? Did I turn my microphone on? The plot's just okay. I mean, I like it, but it's fine. Speaking of the plot! Young Haruhi Fujioka gets accepted to the prestigious and fantastical institution of Ouran High School. Haruhi, walking around the halls trying to find a quiet place to study, comes across the legendary Music Room 3, where he meets the entire host club. He gets charmed by the host club and then breaks a $3 million vase. This puts him in debt to the host club, and the leader, Tamaki, decides, you know what? You're just gonna be our dog until you can pay it off. And then that, but for 26 or 27 episodes, it's a short show. But also, that's the plot. Like, she's in debt the entire show. Also, Haruhi's a girl. And they show it in a really creative way. So, every time one of the host club members realizes Haruhi is a girl, a light bulb will light up. So, immediately, I think Kyoya is the first one to know. Just Kyoya, light bulb, that's a girl. So yeah, that was kind of funny. I like the way they presented it. Speaking of the host club, let's get to the real reason that I love this show. The whole reason Ouran owns my heart is the detail put into each character and that character's subsequent backstory. All of them have a backstory. All of them. Just give me a character who appears at least twice and I can tell you their backstory. And for some of them, it's not at least twice. It's just at all. Like, there are characters, I will get to them, who show up once. One time. And they're just full backstory. It's weird. It's very odd, but I am very appreciative of it. So let's get into it. Also, fair warning before I start this section of the video. There is going to be an immense amount of spoilers, like so many. Like, I'm going to spoil the whole show. So if you haven't seen it, don't watch this part. Don't watch this video. I love that you clicked on it, and that I really appreciate that. But you should go watch the show, dog. Let's start with the main six, just so we can familiarize ourselves with the wonderful, distinguished gentleman we will be following through our journey. Tamaki Suo. Tamaki is a second year at Ouran High and is the leader of the host club. He also founded it in his first year. He's stupid. Like Tamaki is real dumb. But he got charmed for days, dude. Like, I don't understand how, but he apparently does. And he just turns that on, man. He's stuck in Japan after moving there by the will of his grandmother. His grandma basically controls his entire life by threatening to cut his mother off. That is the whole thing. And Tamaki isn't allowed to see her. He's given an opportunity to see her at the end of the show, but he doesn't take it because of love. Who does he love? Haruhi, duh. He's the main character, and everyone else is just a homosexual supporting cast. That's where that clip comes from. That is this show. There are so many memes that I just didn't know came from this show.
This anime is obviously a romantic school comedy. Haruhi and I are the main characters, so that means we are love interests. Yeah, then what are we? You boys are the homosexual supporting cast.
So many. Kyoya Otori. Kyoya is my favorite. I love him. I love Kyoya. He is so cool. He's also a second year, and he's the co-founder and co-president, vice president. Co-president? Did I just say that? Whatever. He's the vice president of the host club. They also call him mommy sometimes, and it makes me real uncomfortable.
Say, mommy dear?
What is it now, Daddy?
Ew, gross, stop it. Kyoya has two older brothers who he works his entire life to be better than. Because if he's better, his father will pass his company on to him. Everything Kyoya does is based on how it can benefit him in the future. So all we gotta do is impress his dad. Easy, right? No, it's not. In the whole show, he does it once. After being slapped by his dad for being in a reverse harem.
It's a reverse harem!
The weirdest part of Tamaki and Kyoya's relationship is both of them realize that Kyoya just did it to get ahead. Because Tamaki, or Kyoya's father, does business with Tamaki's father. And Kyoya's dad is like, get in there, I want me some of that business, and I want you to be friends with his kid. Do whatever his kid says. So he does, and he does again, and he does again, and he just can't understand Tamaki. He does not understand how Tamaki's brain works. So he gets super mad, they almost get in a fight, it's pretty cool. This was when they were in middle school. And like, it's real, like, it's really heartwarming, but at the same time, it makes me feel bad about liking Kyoya, you know? He also looks just like Tenya from My Hero, and is voiced by the same guy. So I'm just going to say that they are the same person. Did my door open? Am I on meth? My door didn't open. I'm good. The Hitachiin twins. Hikaru and Kaoru are the twincest dream team you've always loved. It's still gross though. They're first years at Ouran High, but Tamaki has been trying to make them into hosts for a long time. Like at least a year. This show takes place in like a month. I can't say like that's not a lot of time. This is a very short show and it doesn't cover a ton of time. When they were younger, they just kind of got sick of people not being able to tell them apart, so they judged if a person was good by whether or not they could tell them apart. So they started their Which One of Us is Hikaru game. And yes, that is where that TikTok audio comes from.
So, can you tell which one of us is Hikaru?
Well, it's hard to say. You're identical.
Many ladies have tried to tell us apart, but so far none have succeeded.
So they've spent all of their lives trying to find someone who can tell them apart. Yeah, it never happened. Until they met Haruhi. Hikaru is the less emotionally mature twin, but he's the leader for some reason. I don't know why. Kaoru is better in every way. Kaoru is my favorite twin. So next year when my friend Austin and I dress up as Hikaru and Kaoru, I'm Kaoru. I'm just solidifying this in a video that Austin and I are dressing up as Hikaru and Kaoru next year, and if he doesn't consent to this, that sucks. The internet said so. Are you really just gonna ignore what the internet said? I mean, no one just goes out there and lies on the internet.
You really think someone would do that? Just go on the internet and tell lies?
Their whole, like, twincest thing, you know, I don't like that word. We're gonna call it a gross bromance. Their whole gross bromance thing is just an act. I promise it is just an act. They explicitly at some point say it is just an act.
You're the glasses character. You're the boy Lolita and the stoic type. Twincest. And the bookworm.
I'd like to say that justifies me liking them so much, but at the same time, it's still gross. Mitsukuni Haninozuka. Ugh, jeez. Man, I love being an American and eating burgers. That's my favorite thing, is being an American and eating burgers. Gosh, I love not being able to speak Japanese. I can't say these names that I've heard a million times. Mitsukuni Haninozuka. Mitsukuni Haninozuka, or Honey for short, is a third year and is the Lolita boy stereotype of the host club. He looks like he's 5. He acts like he's 5. He actually is classified as a murder weapon. No joke, in the show they state that he has to act cute and not use his full potential when fighting, or he could destroy Japan. That is so real it hurts. It is so funny that is a real thing said in this show. Like, why can't he just be cute? Like, that's all I needed. But it's fine. It's great. He also has a brother who thinks he's an alien because he eats so much sugar. That is painfully real in the show, and I think it's very funny. Takashi Morinozuka. Takashi is the strong, brooding martial arts genius. He's the big, strong, tough guy. That's his backstory. I wish I could say all of them had an amazing backstory, but like he doesn't really have one, and it's weird because that's his backstory, is he doesn't have one. They make jokes about that. Literally, they're like, the season's all... At some point, Tamaki says, are you just upset that the season is almost over and you haven't had a one-off episode yet? When the Otori twins had 2, not Otori, when the Hitachiin twins had 2, like that's really funny. I liked that fourth wall break. I think that was pretty nice. Now wasn't that nice? Getting some nice character development out of the way. Wasn't that fantastic, y'all? Nope, you think that was it? There are so many more developed characters. So many. And I don't even have all of them in here. What am I doing with my hands? I don't even have all of them in here, but I have a ton of characters who are just ridiculously developed for no reason. So, let's get into some more of those. I need drugs. Give me a second. Caffeine is a drug too, okay? Caffeine, meth, whatever. Peace tea. I put meth in this. I'm not even gonna try and say this dude's first name because I don't think they say it on the show, so I'm not gonna try and say it. His last name's pronounced Nekozawa though, and they always call him Nekozawa, so I'm gonna call him Nekozawa. Nekozawa is the leader of the Black Magic Club that I think he's the only member of. He's really a handsome, strong prince, but he's allergic to, like, all light. Like, all of it. So he wears a dark cloak and a dark wig to cover his beautiful silky blonde hair, which he deserves his allergy to light because he carries around this little puppet demon named Belzeneth. It's so awful I want one, but at the same time I want to drown it. Ritsu Kasanoda. Ritsu is the son of the leader of the Kasanoda crime family. He's sad and lonely because no one will talk to him because he looks scary, even though he doesn't look scarier than Nekozawa. Nekozawa is basically a furry. He carries around Belzeneth. Like, that's... How do people talk to him and not Ritsu? He goes to Mori to try and get help, to not look scary, because he's like, well, Mori's scary, so, like, why does he have friends? And it's because he has Mitsukuni, let's be honest. It's because he has honey. So he goes, and then Mori is like, I don't know, maybe Tamaki can help you. And then Tamaki is just like, yes, I am born for this. Let's go. I got this. So they don't really succeed. They actually fail pretty hard. Instead of making him, less scary, he just, fell in love with Haruhi, who friend-zones him really hard in the second episode he shows up in. She doesn't mean to, but I think she means to, and I think she meant to, because she's in love with Tamaki. Woo! Oh gosh, meth tastes bad. Ritsu actually does make a true friend by the end of the episode. Tetsuya Sendo. Yeah, his friend has a backstory too, and it's really deep and mentioned once. Tetsuya is the son of the Sendo family, another rival crime family, and he just hated it there. He's like those, basic white girls, with, the pink, dyed hair, and they're just like, oh gosh, I hate it here. All my homies hate it here. My homies hate it here. You can see I go to public school and I hate those people. Except he actually leaves. He then was taken in by Ritsu because Ritsu's a nice guy, he just looks like a shark demon. And then Tetsuya dedicates his entire life to helping Ritsu and being Ritsu's friend. Haruhi's dad. I'm not gonna go, he doesn't deserve a full section. I don't like Haruhi's dad. He's a transsexual, whose wife died. That's not why I don't like him. That's just the character description I've written down. I actually said I could probably go into more detail about how he acts, but this is probably the best description I can give him. It is. He's also annoying and I don't like him. So, what you gonna do, I guess? While writing this, I also wrote this note. I'm wondering how Yandere Dev finds time to write random garbage while trying to make a game. Oh my gosh, there is so much. So much happening outside. Hold on. There's like a train and a cop car going. Like, not near my house, I guess, but I live like 3 feet from an interstate, so yeah, I guess near my house. Not the train part, just everything else. And if you thought we were done with just like one-off characters, oh, you are sorely mistaken. We got more, dude. Kaneko and Toru, they both have last names, don't know how to say them, and I'm not going to go back and check because I don't feel like it. They're only in the 2nd episode, and here's what their backstory is. They were young, their parents worked together in a tea shop, they both are like really, like know a lot about fine china, and that's how Tamaki figures out that they know each other. And they love each other dearly, but over the years they've split apart. Even though they're engaged, they've split apart. And then Tamaki and Haruhi help bring them back together at the end. And they're like never brought up again. They're never brought up again. That's not true. That's not true. They are brought up again because Haruhi's first kiss was at the end of that party, and it is used as a plot device with the whole like Lovelia Girls' School. I forgot about that. I had to rewrite just this whole ending because I forgot Lobelia. I forgot the Lobelia School. So let's get to Lobelia's White Lily League. Let's do it. I am regretting writing this video. Basically, think Ouran High School, but a lot more homoerotic. Like a little, well, not a lot, a little more homoerotic. It's still weird, and it's just a little more to where I'm uncomfortable, like I wouldn't want to watch a show about it. They're also the most annoying people ever. Benyo's the leader. That's probably not how you say your name. Don't care. She has a crush on Haruhi, and then Haruhi doesn't because Haruhi isn't gay. That's it. That's all. And then there are 2 other members of the White Lily League. Who cares? I wrote this at 1:30 in the morning. I'm done with this video. I'm done. These characters never felt like they were drawing of Japanese high school students. They felt like they were exercises in showing the insanity of your characters. There was a point at the show where I was in tears because of how emotionally attached I was to these characters and how much I could relate to their situations. Like, not being like stupid rich. I can't do that because, I'm not stupid rich. If I was, I don't know, what drugs do rich people do? Because it isn't whatever I put in this. But I related to their situations so much, I was crying really hard at the end. Like, really, like, a lot. Yeah, this show is mainly known for its haha funny gay anime boy moments, but like also, there's some real emotional tension there, and it really hurts seeing these characters get hurt. The Ouran High School Host Club isn't just some dumb club for girls with way too much time on their hands to pay to be flirted with. Well, it is, but the show is more. The show just gives hope, you know? Season 2 is allegedly coming out this year after 14 years of not having a Season 2, and I'm very excited about it. And you should be too. If you haven't seen it, you should. And I can't wait to return to Ouran High School.